Hello YouTube, it's me Tifo Wilderness. Welcome to my channel and welcome to the second of this year's final videos for 2024. Best bots of 2024, yes, top 12 of 2024. Yesterday I did my worst list of all the worst bots that I got this year, and now it's the best. So you've seen the dross, now to see the gloss. So yeah, I've got a bunch of bots on the table next to me. As with yesterday's list, all these bots were generated from my first and worst, which I do at the end of every end of month bot haul, where at the end of the video I'll hold up the best thing and the worst thing that I got, and that then at the end of 12 months that gives me my list of 12 bots, be they best bots or worst bots, to present to you in the form of a video at the end of the year. So this is the penultimate video of the year. And it's my best list for 2024. So, what have I got? Well, if you've seen my end of month bot hauls, you'll have a pretty good idea of what's to come. Apart from the December end of month bot haul, which I haven't done yet, because I'm going to be doing that tomorrow, just to round the year off. But in the meantime, let's get on with this. So as per usual, these bots will be done in chronological order of purchase or arrival, and and the end of each month, obviously the bots that I got in each calendar month, I will show you one in turn until we get to the end of the video. So let's start off. January, the first top bot I got in January is this guy. Now I've got him in robot mode because when I did my did I do an unboxing on it? I can't remember whether I did or not. When I did my end of month bot haul, I showed it in his alt mode, which is like that massive great railgun, the Gustav Schwer railgun. But here he is in his robot mode. Now I transformed the bot came in robot mode. I transformed him into his alt mode for my end of month bot haul in January, and I haven't touched him since until literally earlier on today, where I got him out and to transform him back into robot mode. Now obviously this is the robot mode. It's made by Toyeasy. It's the Toyeasy Metal Souls YM3212 Doragus, and it's a enormous thing. Very, very cool. He's got the gun barrel, which you can sling under his arm. Looks like a German commandant from the German army or the hierarchy. Amazing paint apps on this thing. The style of the robot's pretty interesting. The alt mode's amazing. I love this thing. Now, obviously, I transformed it back into robot mode for the sake of this video, and it has got a very involved transformation, this thing. There's a lot of panel turning, panel forming, close fitting tolerances, lots of tiny pegs and ports. But actually, this thing, as complex as it is to transform, it's actually quite intuitive, and it took me a while, but I managed to transform it back to robot mode from alt mode with only one or two glances at some pictures online of the finished bot, or pictures of the bot online, just to give you some clues as to what I was doing. But it all works very well, and that's just a testament to the design and engineering that's gone into this thing. It's an amazing thing. My only gripe is on the back you've got this massive great cross. Now these are the rail wheels from the alt mode. They don't actually integrate into the robot mode properly. They just slap them on the back as a backpack, which is a bit unusual. I would have preferred they tried to integrate them into the robot mode, but they didn't. So that's my only real gripe on this thing. It looks amazing. Nicely weighted joints. Design aesthetic on it, absolutely superb. Brilliant bot. And it was a shoe-in for my first bot of January, so that's why I decided to pick it as my best bot in January. The Toyeasy Metal Souls YM3212 Doragus. There we go. Right, then in February, Legacy Evolution Leader Class Nova Prime. Now, I got the Ultra Magnus version of this mould. I've got both the I got the Siege and the Kingdom one, but I didn't get that Optimus Prime they did in as you know, it's like Cybertron Optimus Prime. I didn't get that version of the mould, but they did it as a repaint as Nova Prime with a few extra bits and pieces. So I decided to get it. Now I've already got a Nova Prime in my collection. I've got one of those Combiner Wars white Optimus Primes where you get an add-on kit by Shingshido. I can't remember the full name of it. Anyway, so you add it on and that turns that into a Nova Prime, and I've got that. So I've got that as a Nova Prime. But I saw this thing, and I saw people putting this up on their best list last year, and it made me want to get it. And in February I found that Hasbro Pulse had got it back in stock, so I made a play on it and I got it. And at first I was a little not quite so impressed by it, because in alt mode, the back of the alt mode, the back of the trailer was sort of like sticking, cocked up at an odd angle, and the wheels didn't touch the ground when you had it on a flat surface. And that sort of put me off it a little bit, but then I realised that it was because I'd missed a transformation step. I'd forgot to peg something in properly, and when I did, everything was all good. It all pegs together properly and looks right and proper, it went up in my estimations thanks to that. So yeah, I decided at the end of February that this was the thing I liked more than anything else, so I made it my top bot in February. Legacy Evolution Leader Class Nova Prime. He's a pretty cool bot. Then into March, went to the TF Nation Minicon in Manchester, and spoke to the guys at the Primetime Toys stall, and made a purchase from them. TransArt BWM Beast Wars Masterpiece BWM 11 Motor Spider, their version of Transmetal Tarantulas. So here we go, got this guy in March, absolutely amazing. Now these TransArt Beast Wars toys, Beast Wars Masterpiece toys they're basically taking the original Beast Wars molds, they're scaling them up to Masterpiece scale. They're giving them, like vacuform metal, premium paint job, engineering improvements, and putting them out as a masterpiece. And it works. It's just a testament to how good the original molds were in the first place. When, a company like TransArt could come along and just basically give them a masterpiece makeover, and this is the result. Amazing looking thing. Got all his modes. He's got his spider mode. He's got his motorcycle mode. He's got his robot mode. Comes with his chainsaw gun. It's got all the beautiful shiny chrome all over it. Absolutely amazing figure, and I was suitably impressed by it, and so much so that I made it my top bot of March. So that's TransArt BWM 11 Motor Spider. Right, now, April. Now, this is one of a couple of bots that are on my list which I think are going to prove to be very popular in other people's top bot lists of the year. Studio Series 109 Bumblebee Movie Leader Class Concept Art Megatron. So yeah, got him in April, and I'm a bit of a Megatron fan. I mean, look, I've got that's all full of Megatron gunformers, and there's more Megatrons down below. I've got lots and lots of Megatrons. I'd go so far as to say Megatron is easily the most popular character in my collection, bar none. And decided to get this thing. looks amazing in robot mode. I mean, obviously it's a concept of a version of Megatron that would have been in the Bumblebee movie had he been cut out. Looks amazing, great design of Megatron, you know, it's like a Cybertronian design. Yes, the alt modes are a bit, what the hell is that? You know, it's got some weird alt modes. But this figure has got a multitude of joints on it, and you can get loads of fan modes out of it, including a gun mode of the sort. So it's an amazing looking thing. I mean, I like moulded detail on my bots, and this guy's absolutely riddled with it. I mean, he's super, super clean, pretty big for a modern day leader class. And yeah, he's really, really, really cool. And I had no problems in making him my top bot of April. So that's Studio Series 109 Concept Art Megatron. Right now, May. Another bot which will probably appear or star on other people's top bot lists of the year. I'm of course referring to the Titan class that we got this year. Yep. Legacy United Armada Titan class Tidal Wave. Wow, what a beast this thing is. Not as tall as other Titan classes we've got in the past. Like, he comes up short against, you know, well, I haven't got a Metroplex, but I've got a Fort Max. I think he's even short up against, you know, a Mega Supreme and some of the other, you know, shorter Titans. But absolutely solid, this thing. I mean, he's such tough, dense plastic. He's absolutely rock solid. It's got 4 modes. Admittedly, the base mode is a bit here nor there, but he does the ship mode, he does the, you know, the Dark Fleet, does the robot mode, and he's got a base mode thrown in for good measure. Amazing figure. He's got, you know, posable guns. You know, he comes with the extra parts you can plug on to you know, Legacy United Megatron, or is it Evolution Megatron, to you know, power him up in his super mode. It covers all bases. And I know there's the fans hobby one that's come in, and apparently someone's done a size by size comparison between the two, and this guy is way bigger than the fans hobby one. So yeah, this is a better bot all round in that regard. I had Mr. James Loy of Maxime of Toys come over the other day, because me and him went over to the NEC Toy Fair, as you'll see in tomorrow's end of month bot haul. And he asked me to get my Tidal Wave out so he could have a look at it, and I couldn't remember where it was, so I had to hunt high and low for it, but I eventually found it and I got it down. I showed it to him and he was suitably impressed, so he'll be probably getting one. This thing's amazing. It's awesome. I did a review on it. I don't usually do review on official figures, and that review did rather well. I'm quite impressed with the viewing figures it got. So yeah, this is a beast of a bot, this guy. He really is. Like I said, he's super clean, absolutely solid, weighs a ton, top bot material all the way. So he was my top bot in May. Legacy United Armada Tidal Wave. Not much more you can say about it, is there? Right, next. Now, I like a bit of Legends stuff. I like to buy Legends. I dabble in Legends. I'm not a massive fan of Legends collecting, or well, any sort of collecting. I mean, I don't slavishly collect, you know, Masterpiece or Legends or whatever. I mostly deal in chug stuff, Generations, but you know, I don't have any specific taste apart from, you know, collecting the Korean stuff, obviously. But I do like to dabble in Legends, and obviously I have these characters which I like to collect figures for, and Ultra Magnus is one of those characters. I mean, last year's top bot list, I had all my top bots from last year are here. I had the Doctor Wu one and the Studio Series 86 Ultra Magnus were I can't remember what month it was, but I had them on the same month. That both, I couldn't decide between them, so they were both up there as my top bottom one of the months last year. But anyway, Ultra Magnus. I'm a big fan of Ultra Magnus, and a while ago, Newage came out with their Ultra Magnus, but so did Magic Square. So you had these two, third-party Legends Ultra Magnuses that came out. I wanted to get a third-party Legends Ultra Magnus. I couldn't make my mind up between the Magic Square or the Newage one. So I watched a couple of videos on YouTube, and it made my mind up for me. So I went and got this guy, Newage NAH 28 Octavian. This is an amazing figure. Absolutely love this thing. It's a white Prime Ultra Magnus, in which case it's got like a white Optimus Prime or a white Magnus inside, and then you just put the armor, plug the armor pieces onto him, and becomes Ultra Magnus. Love this thing. It's the engineering on it is amazing. Transforming the white Prime is a bit fiddly, but apart from that, the Ultra Magnus is just absolutely superb. He's got the what I refer to as the Jeff Senior Target 2006 head sculpt with the big rectangular optics, and I love the design of his head. It's got the head design that I like. It's got all the colours. It's just absolutely superb figure. Bit pricey. I mean, I can't remember where I got this one from. Did I get it off AliExpress? Anyway, but yeah, I managed to get him. Amazing figure, absolutely amazing. One of my favourite characters. Great version of the mould. Superb. Absolutely love him. So that was in June. Newage NAH 28 Octavian. Now, speaking of Newage, Newage doing amazing stuff, as we know, and in more recently, especially in the last year or so, on their bigger figures, they've been pushing their prices up. They're becoming like the fans' toys of third-party Legends. They know they've got a really good product, but they're pushing their prices up. There are probably reasons, good sound reasons for this. But anyway, they bought out some biggish figures. I mean, Octavian's one of them, but they also bought out their Omega Supreme. And was it NAH 53 Michael? Amazing figure. Awesome engineering. It's actually got a motorised tank which goes around the track in base mode. But it was hellishly expensive. It was about 150, 160, 170 quid. It's a big bot. It's the biggest bot that Newage have ever done. But it was a lot of money. But you could argue that the engineering that was on it, the size of the figure, it was worth the asking price. I wanted to get it when I saw it, but when I was slightly put off by the price, because I've kind of got a lot of these stigmas for upper price points. Like, I don't like paying more than 200 quid for any bot. But for third-party Legends, I think I've got a ceiling of £100 for a third-party Legends bot, and this thing was like way north of that. So I was, decided I wasn't going to be able to get one of those. But then earlier this year, a KO of it came out from an unknown company, and I decided to get it, and it was like a third of the price of the full-size thing. But just let me do something a second. And yeah, I got him. He's about a third of the price of the full-size thing, the proper thing. So I got this. So this is the Legendary Heroes Large DL01 Defense Base, aka a KO of Newage Michael. Now, I've never handled the Newage Michael, but this thing is like a one-to-one carbon copy of it, and the engineering on it just shines through. Amazing figure, awesome, absolutely amazing. Forms the base, got the motorised tank. As you can see, he's got light up eye feature, which I've only just found out. You know, brilliant figure, absolutely amazing. Now, I've been scratching my head. Now, how could, you know, a KO company or fourth party company come up with something like this, which is a one-to-one copy of the third party original? And my theory is that this was like a factory second. Like when the factory that was making the Newage Michaels had a couple that were not quite up to their a QC standard, so they were pushed to one side, and then either they sold them off to a fourth party, or they set up a fourth party company to sell them out, and as a non-brand sort of like transforming figure. Whatever the reason, this thing, I would say it's easily as good as the original. It has a few slightly iffy paint apps on it. There's a little bit of looseness here and there, but apart from that, it's does exactly the same as what the original one does. It came with some additional extras, actually. It came with some little minifigures. It came with like a mini countdown and a Docbot that you built up. But amazing figure. I absolutely love this thing. It's awesome. And it was easily the best bot that I got in July. A KO of Newage Michael. So thoroughly impressed with this thing. Absolutely amazing. I mean, that's testament to the design and engineering of the Newage guys who created this design in the first place. How this other company got it to knock it off, I don't know, but I got my hands on one of the KOs, and it's as good as the original, I would say. So there we go. So that's the Legendary Heroes Large DL01 defense base for my top bot for July. Then in August, another one of those bots which will appear on a lot of people's top bots list this year, for good reason. Studio Series 86, leader class Dinobot Swoop. Yep, I got this guy in August. Didn't get it at TF Nation. I pre-ordered it from, I think it was Comics and Cocktails, and it arrived, I think it was just after TF Nation, or was it just before it? I can't remember. I got it around about TF Nation time, but I didn't get it at TF Nation. Yeah, so the final figure in the Studio Series 86 Dinobots, got Swoop. Absolutely awesome figure, super solid, straightforward design, straightforward transformation, looks amazing. Not much more you can say about it there. It's such an amazing bot. Awesome. Yeah, so I got mine, and I've got the full set of 5 Studio Series 86 Dinobots. Actually, I've got 6 because I bought 2 sludges and converted one of them into paddles. So I've got 6 Studio Series Dinobots. But anyway, this thing, I got mine in August. Absolutely awesome figure. Love it to bits. It's amazing. Top bot for August. So Studio Series 86. Studio Series 86, leader class Dinobot Swoop. Then September, I went to an NEC toy fair, and at that event was Toys R Us. He had a stall, but he had a guy next to him who was selling off a lot of his sort of like third-party masterpiece bots, including fans toys figures. And he had a lot of figures on his stall that he was selling off, and he was doing them for like really good prices. And he had this one figure. Now, when is a fan's toys not a fan's toys? When it's FT25 Outrigger or Outrider. Yeah, so this thing. Now, story is this thing there, fans toys masterpiece Trailbreaker came out round about the same time as the official Masterpiece. And I got the official Masterpiece. I bought it last year. In fact, it was on last year's top bot list. So Fans Toys did theirs, but they didn't want to step on anybody's toes when they released this thing. So they released it as a bland, unbranded figure. So the box has got, it just says FT25 Outrider, and that's it. There is no Fans Toys branding on it anywhere. None on the box, none on the instructions, none on the figure. It doesn't even have the QC sticker on it. They threw it out there as an anonymous, non-brand, transforming figure. I suppose because they were worried, because they were in direct competition with Takara Tomy. They thought they was going to get into trouble because there's been instances in the last couple of years where the Takara and Hasbro have been taking a proactive stance in taking out companies that have been ripping off their IP and their molds. Like when they took down Wei Jiang, for instance. So unusual actually. Bit weird that this thing isn't actually branded as a Fans Toys figure, even though it is. It's a bit weird. Still, as a mould in itself, I like Trailbreaker. He's one of my favourite sort of G1 characters. I've already got 2 Masterpiece versions of Trailbreaker. I've got the Bad Cube Speed Bump, and I've got the official Masterpiece. This one, very, very good. Much more straightforward, simpler transformation than the official figure. Also, it's in the darker black rather than that sort of like grey colour that the Masterpiece one was in. But it's a great figure. It's really, really good. I was very impressed with it. And I've not had a great run with Fans Toys products, to be honest. Quite a few of them have had issues or problems with, but didn't have any problems with this one. This one's really, really good. And so I liked it so much I made it my top bot in September. So not Fans Toys FT25 Outrider. He's actually rather good. Then October. Towards the end of the year, we got a lot of exclusives that were released, and you had to get them through Hasbro Pulse, like the comic edition figures, like Shockwave and Grimlock, and then they did the others, starting with this guy. Yep. Generations 40th anniversary comic edition Lord Straxus. I love this thing. I like Straxus as a character, for better or for worse, because I like him for all the wrong reasons, because he's such a badass, but in a bad way. He's a bully and a tyrant. He was the puppet leader that was put in control of the Decepticons when by Shockwave, when Megatron and the other Decepticons were chasing the Autobots through the departed Cybertron to chase the Autobots through space. Straxus was left behind, to watch over the Decepticons, and of course he moved into Darkmount. Oh look, it's got a smelting pool adjacent, and he set himself up as the leader of the Decepticons on Cybertron. And he's a complete bully and a tyrant, and all that stuff. But I kind of liked him in the Marvel G1 comic, and I have got other versions of Straxus. I've got the Generations Dark Mount up on the shelf above me. I also got the Newage Heralder as well, which they retooled out of their Galvatron mould as Straxus, and that works really well. Which set a precedence for this figure, because this is also retooled out of the the Legacy Kingdom Galvatron mould, and really, really good. They've remoulded a lot of parts, give it this blue and red paint scheme, and it looks really good. Even in alt mode, even though the alt mode's not perfect, it still looks close enough like the original flying space gun that Straxus turned into in the Marvel G1 comic. It looks close enough, not perfect, but it's decent enough. And I think they did a really good job, considering the limitations of the mould that they used to convert to get a Straxus out of it. Love this thing, and who'd have thought in 2024 that I'd have, you know, Straxus in my hand in 2024, a proper Straxus toy. Absolutely amazing. The comic shading on this isn't as quite as egregious as it is on some of the other comic editions they've done. So he looks really, really, really good. He's got his signature axe, forms a gun mode. Love it, absolutely love it. So he was a shoe-in for my Tobot in October. So that's Generations 40th Anniversary Comic Edition Lord Straxus. Then following on from that, in November, had another Generations 40th Edition Comic Edition set. I got the Flame and Emirate Xarron 2-pack. Again, deep dive into the Marvel G1 comic universe. And we got some 2 figures that, as far as I'm aware, have never had received toys before. And out of this 2-pack, I've decided Emirate Xarron was my pick of the bunch. Yep. As I said with Straxus, who'd have thought in 2024 I'd have, you know, basically a plastic rendition of Emirate Xarron in my hands. I certainly didn't. But there we go. Repurpose of the Siege Refractor mould. Quite successfully, it has to be said. Looks really, really good. He's got the iconic head sculpt with the slotted mouth. Bit overkill with the you know, the cell shading on it. And also his alt mode is it's a case of what the hell is it? It's some kind of Cybertronian tank. But to be honest, in the Marvel G1 comics I've read, because I haven't quite read up to issue 332 yet, I've only got as far as about issue 170. I know that Emirate Xarron, as far as I'm aware, he never actually transformed in the comics because he hadn't done it for millions of years, and he thought that the shock to the system would kill him, so he didn't want to transform. And he almost did in the City of Fear storyline, but didn't quite get there. But anyway, Emirate Xarron. Yeah, great little figure. Can't believe that I actually got one of these in my hand right now. It's almost like a dream come true to get a version of this character in the official toy line. But so I decided to make him my Tobot last month in November. So that's Generations 40th Anniversary Comic Edition Emirate Xarron. Now December. Now, as I said in my worst bots yesterday, December, I haven't actually done my end of month bot haul yet, so you haven't seen my first and worst for December. So this is a spoiler for my video tomorrow, because I'll be doing my first and worst video tomorrow. And this guy quite literally only arrived the other day. So I'm filming this on Sunday the 29th. And 2 days ago, I went to the NEC Toy Fair with, you know, James Lai of Maxime Love Toys. Mainly because James wanted to go to the NEC Toy Fair. We went around the NEC Toy Fair. Anyway, by the time I got back, a parcel was waiting for me. Now, I knew it was going to get delivered this month. I got the notifications from Show Z to say that it had been shipped. Wasn't sure whether it was going to arrive before Christmas, but it arrived just after Christmas. So I got it, and I did an unboxing, and James filmed it. Don't know what he's going to do with that footage, but anyway. It's a character that I'm a huge fan of. In fact, it's my all-time favourite character in the Transformers franchise. I've got the original. In fact, I've got it right here in front of me for comparison purposes. And I bought the recent Legacy United Voyager figure that came out. And yeah, he's not a million miles away from me either. So, yeah. TransArt BWM number 12 Wingwolf, or their masterpiece-esque Beast Wars Silverbolt Fusor. Look at this thing. Got him in beast mode. I'm a huge fan of Beast Wars Silverbolt. I absolutely love his character. Yeah, so love this thing. He's my all-time favourite character in any Transformers fiction. I love him. I love him for his chivalry. I love his love affair with Black Arachnia. He's a brilliant character. They sort of ruined him in Beast Machines. But, yeah. Now, as I said, I got the original toy right here. This is basically an upscaling of this. So basically what TransArt do is they take the original figure, they upscale it to masterpiece scale, they give it a premium paint job, they do engineering improvements, maybe add a few die-cast pieces, and really turn it into a masterpiece. And it just proves how successful the original molds were, when you just a bit of upscaling and re-engineering and repainting can turn them into viable masterpiece figures. Such is the case with this. Now, I will say he's got this super shiny finish on him, and I'm not quite so sure about that, or I wasn't too sure about it. There's a few little things on it, like I wish they'd have done a bit better. I wish his arms, could bend forward a little bit more. Transformation is basically the same as the original toy, just with a few extra bells and whistles. But yeah, I transformed it earlier today for the first time, and looks great. But I was a bit unsure as to making my best bot of the month, and then I noticed that the wings wobble a little bit when you're moving them. So I went to move the tail, and then I noticed it's got a flapping wing gimmick. I can't believe that TransArt worked in a flapping wing gimmick onto this fight. I mean, the original toys kind of got a flapping wing gimmick. Got to take the missiles off, because the wings, they're a bit stiff actually. So the original wings, they sort of flap forwards, but this one, they've actually worked it in so that you pull the tail up and down, it flaps the wing. When I saw that it got the flapping wing gimmick, it was like top bot of the month without a shadow of a doubt. This thing went up massively in my estimations after seeing that. I can't believe they worked in the flapping wing gimmick to this thing. Absolutely incredible. So yeah, that made this my top bot for this month, or top bot for December. TransArt BWM number 12 Wing Wolf, or Wolf Wing. What is it? Yeah, Wing Wolf. That's it. So there we go. And that's my main list of 12 bots that I worked out throughout the course of the month. Top bots that I did throughout the year. But I've got a couple of honourable mentions just to throw in at the end, as per usual. So starting off with, in February, I've got this guy. Got Tobot 2023, or Dado Heroes Triton. I had one of my subscribers and commenters was badgering me like crazy to get this thing and review it. I didn't buy this because of his say-so. I decided to get it, off my own back. I watched a few people doing reviews on it, and I thought I'd give it a go. And it's actually really good, because as Korean combiners go, it's pretty articulated. It's got thigh swivels, bicep swivels. Hasn't got a waist joint, but it's got everything else. It's got the free car combiner. It's a copolymer, so the original bots, well, the bots that make up the alt mode, they don't have robot modes of their own. They just form limbs for the combiner. Typical Korean, copolymer combiner. But very good figure, and I was quite impressed with him, and I was tempted to make him my top bot in February, but he was up against Legacy Evolution Nova Prime. So there was that. Then in March, now you've just seen the the third-party masterpiece version, and you've seen the original figure. So I've got the Legacy United Voyager Beast Wars Silverbolt as an honourable mention. Yeah, this thing's great. It's amazing. Again, it's Silverbolt. It's Beast Wars Silverbolt, and I'm just biased towards this thing because of that reason. Because it's a version of my all-time favourite Transforms character. This mould looks amazing in robot mode. Absolutely awesome in robot mode. Alt mode, not so much. I will say that the original toy is better looking in beast mode, as is the new TransArt one. But it still looks good in robot mode. It looks amazing. So I decided to have him as an honourable mention because of that reason. Because it's Beast Wars Silverbolt. He has a rocking robot mode. So I put him down as an honourable mention. And that was for March. Then in April, I went to the TFUK Con in Birmingham, and Toys R Us. No, was it Toys R Us? No, it was Rohan's Corner. That was it. Rohan's Corner had his stall with a bunch of things on it, and he had a box at the foot of his table with a load of junky bits in it. And I saw this thing in there. I was a bit unsure about it, so I got it out and started messing with it, and I thought, this is great, so I bought it off him for a couple of quid. KO, or knockoff, G1 Quake. So this is a version of a G1 Quake, apparently 1-to-1 scale, but it's in this two-tone grey colour. Looks absolutely weird, but I love this thing. It's a dirty, filthy knockoff, but I actually love it. I mean, the transformation is so much fun to flip backwards and forwards. He comes with a weird, like a little flag thing you can stick into his arm. He's got a gun that goes to the top of his tank mode. Doesn't come with the double target masters, and then you've got the gun cannon you can put in his hand. Great little figure, so much fun to flip backwards and forwards. I love this thing. It's amazing, even though it's a dirty, filthy knockoff. You know, it should have been down as my worst spot of April, but it wasn't. I really like this thing. It's super cool. I've never touched or messed with the G1 original, so but if this is what the G1's like, only in proper colours, I might have to seek it out at some point. But anyway, so knockoff or KO. G1 Quake. I got him in April from Rohan's Corner at the TFUK Con. Neat little thing. Then in May, another Tobot that I got from the new Tobot Dado Heroes 2024 toy line. Twin Punch. Now this thing, this, out of all the Korean toys I've got, this is by far one of the most complex transformations that I've ever had on a Korean toy. And it's mainly because it splits down the middle, and it's got like an asymmetrical transformation. So both sides transform the same way, they're just mirror image of each other. And then it plugs together. It's also got the Corebot gimmick. You've got one Corebot and then the other one tucks away in a little cubby hole at the back. Awesome engineering. The robot mode looks awesome. Looks fantastic. Decently posable. Not as posable as I'd like. It hasn't got any bicep swivels. The bulk kind of works against it in some of the joints, but apart from that, it's an amazing figure, and I absolutely love it. And I'm really enjoying the season 2 of Tobot Dado Heroes, and this guy came about in the second season of the show, and he's really cool. So yeah, Tobot Twin Punch. He's actually really good, and an honourable mention for May. And then finally, just to round this video off, got in July a little figure. Didn't think I was going to like it quite as much as I did, but here it is on the honourable mentions list. From the Rise of the Beasts toy line, Beast Alliance, Beast Changer, Scourge. This thing's amazing. I love this thing. Transforms into his robot mode. It's got the truck mode. It's got some weird sort of lime, metallic lime colours going on. But he's got his sword. He's got his claw. Simple transformation. Lots of moulded detail on it. Very simple, you know. Not much in the way of articulation. It's got a waist joint, shoulders and hips, and that's it. But I love this thing. It's a great little fiddle toy. You know, it's a good desk toy to have on your desk, just to move it backwards and forwards. It's an awesome little thing, and I really like it, and I like it so much I decided to make it a honourable mention. And that is it. That is my best bots of 2024 video. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Now, obviously yesterday at the end of the worst bots video, I did what was called my ultimate worst bot of 2024. So I think today I should do my ultimate best bot. And this one's quite tough because looking at all the things I've got next to me, I mean, bearing in mind these are all bots that one way or the other, you know, impressed me over the course of the year. So they're all pretty good. I mean, I do like some of them more than others, obviously, but picking an ultimate best is going to be tricky. There's kind of like 2 or 3 candidates that I've got for it. Sod it. Legacy United Tidal Wave. Why not? The biggest bot I got this year, possibly one of the most expensive bots I got this year at just shy of 200 quid. But still, he's worth it. You know, he's big, he's massive, he's solid. You know, he's got lots of playability. Tidal Wave, you know, you've got to love Tidal Wave. He's amazing. And I think out of everything I got this year, he qualifies as the best bot I got all year. So there we go. That's been my top bot list of this year. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. I'll be doing my end of month bot haul tomorrow. Some of my bots for my end of month bot haul you've seen already in these last 2 videos, but you'll just have to wait and see what the rest of it is then, won't you? So I've been TFR Wilderness. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'll catch you all next time. Ta-da.